Hi guys, I'm Doomsday, and unfortunately today is not a Doom School for Dummies day because obviously it's Saturday. And when this video comes out, today's actually Friday, but anyway. It's actually going to be a build video, and we're going to do one I wasn't thinking of doing before, but he has seen a little bit of changes, is Thrall. And mainly we're going to be doing a Earthquake. Not an Earthquake build necessarily, but we're definitely going to go for that for its ultimate. He hasn't seen a lot of changes in terms of his abilities. I mean, he's always had Chain Lightning, blast 3 enemies with lightning. They deal 178 damage to an enemy and half that amount to 2 nearby enemies. Feral Spirit, you release a fiery wolf spirit to burn enemies and root heroes. And then Wind Fury, you can increase your attack and movement speed. Your next 3 basic attacks occur 100% faster, along with his trait, which is Frost Wolf Resilience. Basically, you use your abilities. You get 5 stacks. After using 5 abilities, you instantly heal. So that's where a sustain comes from. The change to Earthquake that's interesting is it now pulses and deals 50 damage. Finally have one that shows me, okay, it pulses every 2 seconds. I could not find anywhere that told me when it pulsed. Slows them for 70%, deals 50% or 50 damage to enemy heroes, does 3 pulses. Thank you. So the reason why we're doing Earthquake is because it procs Frost Wolf Resilience, which means you can basically turn into an almost tank in terms of your ability to heal. Now, Sundering is his other ultimate, which after short delay you sunder the earth in a long line. It's a straight line skill shot, and deals 274 damage and shoves enemies to each side, depending on which side you hit them, and stuns them for a second. Still great in team fights. What I'm hoping is we get a map and a enemy team, because it's not the nice thing about his ultimates is it doesn't really matter what your team is, but hopefully we get an enemy team that wants to dive us, like a Samaro, like a Zeratul, anybody who needs to stick to our team, because Earthquake does a lot of work. Even a great escape, and it only has a 60-second cooldown, which is still 20 seconds less than Sundering. So the build I'm going to go is really standard, so I'll talk about his different talents, but unfortunately I think he's one hero who can't really have build diversity, in my opinion. Now, the more I watch different streams, the more I'm aware of the fact I need to be mixing up my builds, and I need to be getting a little fancier, but with Thrall, he is a pretty standard kit. So we're going to ready up, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, friendly team: Chromie, Thrall, Leoric, a silenced Ariel, Li Ming versus Samaro, Cho'Gall, Ariel, and Nova. So we're actually going to go for a little bit of an interesting build. You could go for block at level 1. I don't like to go for it, especially against this team when really Nova is the only one that could prevent. Maybe Samaro. Chain Lightning's nice. Restores mana, but we're actually going to go for an interesting build today. We're going to use our W, which is our wolves, to give us more. We're going to use our wolves to actually give us more Frost Wolf Resilience, which allows us to heal more. All right.
Be quick and grab it. To the locker with ya. Just for a while.
Okay, so we went for Rabid Wolves, which actually grants us more Frost Wolf Resilience. We could have gone for Seasoned Marksman, which he has fairly fast attack speed. But normally I go for Rolling Thunder, but in this game with the Cho'Gall, I figured it'd probably be best to focus on being almost our off-tank. And I need to be aware of the Nova not as extend as hard. So one of the things with Thrall is he can actually burn through his mana bar pretty quickly, so we're gonna focus on not doing that. Typically, if you have this level 1, you want to make sure you attack. That's not the real one. It's not the real one. Okay, prevented the turn-in, which is yay! But what I was saying is if you're using your Chain Lightning, typically each one it hits, and that's actually the 3 that I hit. Those will be actually having a little bit of a shimmer around them, meaning they're the ones hit by the Chain Lightning, and you can restore mana by hitting them.
Elements guide me.
Since we're going to be going for a Frost with Resilience build, I'm actually going to go for Mana Tide. Basically, we're going to try to proc this more and get more mana. We could go for Ride the Lightning, hit more enemies to help with our lane clear. Our lane clear is already pretty good. We could have increased the range of our Feral Spirit, but because Cho'Gall's going to be right in our face, I'm not really that worried about it. Why'd you go back in? Cho'Gall's gonna be a little bit of a bull in the early game, especially if our we just need to chase him off the camp. Whoop. So you've already kind of seen all of my abilities. Now I didn't really tell you how the Wind Fury works. As you can see, I activate that, and then my abilities attack fast. And since they only have a stun and not really a blind, I'm going to be trying to use that to get as many coins as possible. And stay fairly safe.
Yes.
Now, the cool part about Thrall too is he's actually pretty good at jungling. We're not quite there yet. Typically, I would go for follow through. I'm actually going to go for Wind Shear to reduce the cooldown of my Wind Fury, and that's to proc more Frostwolf Resilience. Typically, I'd want to go for follow through, which basically means I can weave my abilities and get critical attacks. Frostwolf's Grace isn't bad, but because we're going to be proccing it so much, it's not that big of a deal. I'm actually going to flank. I missed. We're just going to clear the wave. Alright, Cho'Gall is not that big of a threat to us. And part of that is because we have so many minions here. Unfortunately, I had to peel back for our... Oh, I stayed too long. Yeah, stayed too long. Kept trying to peel for our Chromie. They have very good engage for our pro Chromie. Except Cho'Gall is way too brave. So here's where we're going to go Earthquake, and I think we're actually going to have a lot of fun against this team. It's actually a good trade. Technically, that's 3 for 1. Now, my death was still bad. Don't misunderstand me. That was not a good death. I don't quite understand. I don't know what that was. These mount speed changes are so hard. Now, it wouldn't be necessarily bad to sunder them, I mean, but with the amount of stealthies and the amount of people, it's just not actually that great. Too late. So since they already got the turn in, we want to make sure this eats this building. Now, you'll notice I don't get the more stacks of Frostproof Resilience when I don't hit a hero. I have to hit a hero.
One less fort.
Well-deserved victory.
Time to make my retreat.
Well then, who's got the coin for me services?
Interesting strategy.
So you're dead. You'll get over it.
Oh, okay. So we should have won that fight. I'm not really sure what Li Ming was doing, but you saw the earthquake there. It's not as effective because I didn't get everybody, and I actually got pulled out of it by the I don't remember what his thing is called. By the upheaval, which is a weird ability. I don't know why it pulls him behind. But you're also seeing, because we have gone for a little bit more tanky build, I can't do nearly as much damage.
Looks like your foe beat you to it. Let it be a lesson to ya.
We're going to try to play a little bit of defense for our poor Chromie. Should have used...
Enemies destroyed a fort. Cease fire.
Should have used Earthquake there. I actually forgot it was off cooldown. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate, Gark. We're actually not doing too bad.
See how you handle two chests at once.
We're going to try for this. Probably should have saved that. It does have a long cooldown. And there you see the power of actually stasising people. And now we're going to go Grace of Air, getting more. Go and dance around this.
That one's not getting up.
Gonna turn in. Oh! Oh!
Wait. Wasn't that supposed
Oops.
to be a tough one?
Killing spree. Huh? They're all paid up? Bah, who cares? Let's get to the fun part.
Yeah, I'm not worrying about that. They're going to be able to do a ton of damage to this. I still have 7. I shouldn't have 7. That's my fault. Okay. Oop, oop. I should stand on this.
Keep fighting, warrior.
I want that. Thank you.
All cannons hold.
That has 9. Oh, please let me turn in. You little... Ah!
Killing spree be over.
So I didn't proc my abilities fast enough. Should have went in procking them because I could have gotten all those stacks. That was a perfect example of how to do that, and I done messed it up. And unfortunately for us, I'm a lot of our damage. Although, what are you doing there, Kyle Reese? Oh, we have a troll. He is silenced, so maybe. That's really hard to tell. I lost our coins though, which feels super bad.
Perfect time for some mercy.
For honor and glory.
So just combo one of my abilities using this whenever it's off cooldown. Samur should have been marking a lot more than he has been this game. I'm actually kind of surprised.
Double. Well done.
Whoop! Whoop! Samur alert! Samur alert! Killing all his copies. Just making him harder for him to engage. Because yes, they have a long duration, but they also have a long cooldown. I can see him too. Grrr. Oh, that's annoying.
For honor.
That has 8 seconds. We literally need 1. Forgot his name.
Understood.
So we're gonna grab Tempest Fury. Wins.
You know what? Treasure for everybody.
No, that's not a real
but
one.
Mostly for me.
Wind Fury's final strike strikes 3 times. I want to help, I really do, but I need these. Why'd you stop? I had you friggin' saved.
The enemy's taking it good. You're dead, baby. Welcome to the
That was a bad fight. I don't know why we even fought there. We had plenty of coins and we just gave him a ton more. As you can see, not doing a ton of damage. This is really a sustained build to kind of help me a little bit. Help me stay in the fight more. But we're just not very coordinated. And unfortunately, our Leoric has 7 deaths.
Don't wait for me. Fire, you idiots.
Okay.
A clever
I'm going to come here.
I think they've had enough.
They are absolutely bossing. It interrupted me. Why did I see them? Okay. My bad. I thought I saw him actually go up in here. I don't know how he ended up here. But that's okay. Wouldn't have gone up there if I thought they were going to be down there.
Let's liven up this place.
That's really weird. That's going to bug me because I could have sworn I saw him turn here. And that's obviously when I lost vision. But man, that's...
What are you waiting for? Fire! Keep demolished.
Do we want to
That's enough. We don't be working
contest?
for free.
No, I guess not. Okay. Alright. I don't know why we wouldn't want to contest. But yeah, so, you know, Giant Killer would have been cool here. I wanted the double Frostwolf Resilience. Reducing the cooldown of Feral Wolf isn't bad at all. It has a pretty long cooldown. Spell Shield maybe against the Nova. By the way, this is a terrible boss. If you guys have ever watched Pally Time, like, he explains why. It's basically he doesn't hit the towers until he's killed the gate.
Your enemies destroyed a key.
Really, the turn-in is what's hurting us, not so much the boss. But at level 16, you could go Forked Lightning, especially if you really want to proc more follow-through.
Face the might of the whole.
Pet peeve is when I have science players on my team who are telling us what to do.
Well then,
Don't want.
who's got the coin for me service?
Ride the Lightning isn't bad if you need to chase. Extends the duration of the attack and allows you to have increased movement speed. Nope, not gonna. These are not real. Fine with me. It's a wasted ultimate. And Ariel wasn't so out of position. These aren't even the. She got murdered by not even the real Samara. So that's actually a really good combo of Nova plus Samara, but the problem is she really shouldn't be getting killed by him unless...
It's okay. We get revenge later.
Yeah, she didn't go for Diamond Skin. Yeah, probably. Now, as you can see, damage numbers are unfortunately really low. Be nice. No, not gonna say anything. So damage numbers really low. Now we're getting a lot of healing, which unfortunately doesn't show in the score screen, which really makes it hard to show. I mean, I'm still able to do pretty significant damage, but you know, it doesn't always actually show on the score screen. Now, if I was just doing it against a Cho'Gall, and again, part of this is a fun build, guys. This is not like, hey, this is what I'm taking to Hero League. This is just testing and having a little bit of fun. Well, whole team's bottom, so I'm going to stay bottom. We're just not getting any coins. Well, this is probably game. Because we're not doing anything to defend the fact they're going to turn in.
Looks like your
Yep.
enemies all paid up. Fire, you blackguards!
I mean, I might as well.
Elements guide me.
Whee! Whee! Yeah, I mean, this is game, so I mean, we might as well just go get 20. Which actually would have been really cool in this game, unfortunately. So level 20, we could go for grants all allies in area a shield, dealing more damage, and we're actually going to go for that. I mean, if they want to pick a final fight, we can. Yes, but where are they? That's definitely not the one. Aha! Why did you do that to me? Okay. Good game. Now, if I just wanted to take on Cho'Gall, if I just wanted to take on Cho'Gall, what I would have done is gone, probably still Rolling Thunder, into Chain Lightning. then into follow through into giant killer. That's what I would have done specifically to focus the specifically to focus the Cho'Gall. Fortunately, we were going for a very different build. Yeah, like this is nowhere the standard build, and unfortunately, I was curious to know the damage it would do, and this is a little bit where Thrall, in my opinion, I think has suffered, because I mean, I ended the night with 23,000, which isn't great. I easily could have probably been killing the Cho'Gall. Yeah, alright, we were the problem. He had 15,000 healing. What did he go for? Anyway. So yeah, don't go this build. This was for fun. This is if you want to kind of be an off tank in what I thought would actually work, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Damaging heroes with Pharaoh Spoke grants 3 stacks of Frostwolf Resilience. Frost Resilience also restores 15 mana. Reduce the cooldown. Gains twice as many stacks with, we also had Earthquake. And then Final Strike of Wind Fury strikes for 3 times for 75% normal damage. With the Earth and Shield, I actually can give everybody a shield. So yeah, it's not... It was literally, hey, let's do a fun video and let's have a fun time. So the standard build is Rolling Thunder into Ride the Lightning into Follow Through. These are interchangeable now, in my opinion. You saw the power. I was able to basically trap Cho'Gall. So if I'd been going for a Cho'Gall kill build, which I don't think would have helped out a ton still, because our team just wasn't very coordinated. And Li Ming shouldn't get soloed by Samara with teleport. If she really went into a teleport build, she would have been fine. Then if I was going against tanks, you definitely want to go Giant Killer, but Graze of Air is still great, especially if you get Tempest Fury, which when Fury's Final Strike hits 3 times. So it means you're going to get an additional, I believe this grants an additional proc of it, but I also like Forked Lightning, because what you can do is you can cast Forked Lightning, get and be attacking Cho'Gall, get more Giant Killer, proc it again, get more Giant Killers. So you can really whittle down a tank. Level 20 Nexus Blades is great. Typically people who... I've seen a lot of Bolt of the Storm on Thrall players because you can... don't get World Breaker, by the way. Just because you never are going to need this to travel indefinitely. If you're doing that to get a couple kills to end the game and it literally hit 20 and you're going to kill the core, okay. But in theory, you could have bolted forward and still done the same thing. But if you're going Bolt of a Storm, you can really do these Sunderings really well, or go super deep and have a get out of jail free card. I think Earthquake's actually a lot of fun, especially since it does now proc the Frostwolf Resilience, but it's dependent on the number of people actually who are hit by it. Not the perfect way of showing that off, but this was again just replacing Doom School for Dummies. So not saying be lenient with me, which would be nice. But this is, again, just kind of a fun way to show off some of the talents and also show off why he doesn't have build diversity. The talents I went, in fact, let's look at Hot Slogs, which I know isn't perfect, but it is pretty accurate. We're going to see Thrall. Meh. As you can see, Block and Rolling Thunder are the two with the highest win percentages, but Rolling Thunder 74%, Ride the Lightning 72%, Follow Through 72%, still 63 to 36, and this is really because of team fights. Giant Killer 49% pick rate, and that's really because you're going to use it on their tank. Typically, these are in comps that have tanks. Into Tempest Fury, which makes total sense. Because if you're trying to proc your Giant Killer, that's 3 more procs of Giant Killer really, really fast. And then, as you can see, these are actually all pretty even, except for World Breaker, because don't take World Breaker. But they all do some interesting stuff. If you've already gone Earthquake, I suggest Earth and Shields because it's actually really nice. Because you can feel a role on your team that they otherwise wouldn't have had. But like I said, this was just for fits and shiggles. So, I am Doomsday number 1519. Friend me in the Nexus, comment, nobody. Brandon, if you guys are interested or just want to be like, what was this build? Let me know. Like I said, I'm not putting my name on this or anything. This isn't the Doomsday build. This was fun for one quick match against a Cho'Gall. Let's see how this goes. It's actually a very counterattack heavy comp. They were able to counter us pretty hard. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. Peace out. I'll see you in the Nexus. See if I can stop recording.